David Carter, Great River Honda, another Thursday Tech Tip. Today we're going to talk about something that we've seen. We're doing 2 jobs this week on this. Top ends. You hear people about replacing rings, replacing the top end. What happens? I'm going to show you right here when it's come in, okay? Look at this here. When I give it some gas, watch the back. We got 2 of those right now, and they're both on brand new bikes. So why would brand new bikes be smoking like that? And let's go inside where we've got one tore down, and we'll explain it to you. We live in the Miss Lou. People love the outdoors. They love mud riding. They love getting dirty in the creeks. And what this is pretty simple. Usually a case of is we take a bike and we flood it. And once we flood it, we keep trying to run it. Okay, so here's a brand new 2016 FA6 4-wheel drive, automatic, independent suspension. Not a cheap bike, okay? And here's what we're looking at. On this one here, we've already replaced all the rings in the top end, but when we flood a bike, okay, let's think what happens. You're riding, you get in the creek, wherever you're at, you flood it, we suck in water through the back end, gets down in our engine, in our oil, okay? We get our buddies the winches out of the water, we crank it up and keep going with it. Well, we've got water, we've got sand, we've got all kind of stuff in our oil now that's pumping throughout the bike, okay? Now, as our engine pumps oil, of course, it's going to send some internally up here to the top of the engine, okay? Our top end up here. And what that's going to help do is it goes down, basically think you got your piston in there, just kind of pumping in your jugs. You're going to have some way to lubricate all that, okay? Over here, when we talk about replacing the rings, it's real simple. You can see these, this is basically our oil rings. Kind of goes in our piston, okay? Oil is basically pushed through them little small things, you can see them little indentions there, and that's what's corrugated, and that's kind of what lubes the wall so that piston can pump real smooth. So when we get that water and sand and that dirty oil in there, and it makes just a few abrasions on some of these rings right here, now what's happening is oil, instead of being on the piston wall, is shooting up through the top of that cylinder where it's not supposed to be, all right? Once it gets there, now we got oil where it's not supposed to be, and it's starting to burn and smoke real bad, all right? So we have to replace these rings, and these are what our compression rings, right, Nick?
That's right. Our
compression rings, and we have to replace these as well, all right? So really, that's what we're replacing. Not a whole lot, but it's going to cost you. Actually, let's go into jugs. $500 to $700. So here's what you need to know. You flood your bike. It's real simple. Go out and pull your oil dipstick. If you look, the first video we ever did here was a bike that came in, and when we pulled the oil dipstick out and cranked it, the bike ran for about 45 seconds with water shooting out of it. It had that much water in it, all the way through the engine. And we saved it, it got out here, we flushed it twice, it was good to go. If you pull that old dipstick and you can see water on that dipstick, then you know you got old water in your oil. All right? Don't try to crank it. Either get it here, get it to somebody that can basically drain it, flush the system a couple times, and usually you'll have no damage whatsoever at all. All right? You can check that out. So don't crank it and run out of water. Check your dipstick. If you're in the woods and you just flooded one, get your buddies to pull you out and get it to us. That'll save you about probably $500 to $700. So it's something we've seen a couple of times this year. We've already had 2 come in this week. And of course, our guys are great here. They can do a whole top end job in one day if we have the parts for it. But brand new bikes, this ain't something you're going to be fooling with. And this is not something that's ever going to be covered by warranty. So you need to know that. So that's your Thursday Tech Tip. Don't go flood your stuff from Great River Honda.